Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea. You know that and I know that, and I'm just what? A lady with a bulldog, a camera, and too many opinions. And yes, we are talking about Freedom Barbie again today, because after I had already made my video, after it was already filmed and scheduled to go up, I then saw that she had done a little recap video of her time at CrimeCon and then completely was just lying or perhaps misremembering how the entire interaction went. Like, girl, what? Something is wrong with her. Someone call Mattel, because Freedom Barbie needs to be recalled.
She makes these horrible videos about me, and that's what she does.
So if you haven't watched my last video about this situation, please go do that, because I go through literally every little thing. I show the footage of the entire interaction. Well, not entire, but from when she came up to me and then right after I said, what is going on? Let me turn off my Patreon live stream, which I was just talking to Sherilyn and she's like, what did she say? And I was like, girl, it's like completely not what happened. And she's like, what the hell? I was like, I know. And she's like, did she not realize that it was on live stream? Like there's footage. I was like, I know. It's crazy. So let's go ahead and see what she has to say about how this interaction went down. And then let's see what actually happened. Before we get too far into this video, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, which is Aura. Now, if you've ever wondered why you're getting so many spam calls or why you have so much spam in your inbox, your email, your texts now, why are they texting us? That's unhinged. Like, my package is being held at a facility. No, it's not. You're lying to me. So how do they get your information? There are these companies called data brokers that sell your information. They do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to spammers, marketers, scammers, and even stalkers sometimes, which is wild. Now, they are legally required to, I would hope so, to remove your information from said websites if you ask. But from personal experience, I can tell you that it's not super easy to go through their websites and have that information taken off. But thanks to Aura, they go ahead and do all that hard work for you. So they actually submit opt-out requests on your behalf to keep you safe on the internet and to keep your information off of those types of websites. Aura is all-in-one digital security. Now, you might already have a digital security app or tool that you use, but I'm going to tell you right now, not using Aura is like locking your front door at night, but keeping your back door wide open. And we don't want your back door to be wide open, girl. We want to lock that up. Okay. With Aura, you can get alerts if your information has been found on the dark web. There's real-time fraud alerts for credit and banking, 24/7 security to keep your information secure. Also a secure VPN with hundreds of locations, password management, antivirus, parental controls, and much more. And if anything does happen, Aura includes $5 million in identity theft insurance protection. And they have US fraud experts ready to help you 24/7. So that's one app, every layer of protection. This is why I suggest this to all of my friends and family. My household is protected by it. And make sure that you take advantage of their two-week free trial. That's a 14-day free trial by going to aura.com/CCSUAREZ. Again, that is aura.com/CCSUAREZ. That's a 14-day free trial, aura.com/CCSUAREZ. And that is enough time for Aura to start scrubbing the internet and removing your information without you even lifting a finger. Thank you to Aura for sponsoring this video and being a continued sponsor of my channel for like 2 years now. And thank you to you guys for supporting my sponsors. Okay, now to be clear, she didn't do, an entire video about me. It was maybe the last like 10 minutes and it was like a 40-minute video. Okay. I just do want to make that clear. Not that that matters either way.
And so she found my social media and she did a whole couple hours of videos on me, like basically just tearing me down and how I'm like abusing women because Saint was an MLM. And I was like, First of all, I ain't your mama. Like, I ain't gonna force you to do nothing. I'm not someone who's gonna be like, join my team, like whatever. I did end up having a big team. Saint used to be an MLM when I first started, but now it's not. Now it's just affiliate marketing because the founder, Kara Brooke, she never even really wanted the MLM model. Anyways, now it's affiliate. But back then, she made this video of me and she was like, this person is horrible. She's an MLM. Like, this is terrible. This is, making women, selling them a dream. And I'm like, I ain't selling shit. I didn't even want to sell the makeup.
One thing I do want to say is, I mean, so much that I want to say, but one thing that I do want to say is that the way she just phrased that, like, Saint was an MLM way back when I first started. Saint has been an MLM the entire time you've been in it, except for this past year. Saint stopped being a multi-level marketing company and ditched the multi-level marketing model for single level or enhanced affiliate commission structure is what they were calling it on October 1st, 2024. So last year, it has been a multi-level marketing company the entire time.
I had come from a past of like abuse and trauma, rejection, abandonment issues, like daddy issues. Like, you think I want to sell anything where people could just tell me no all the live long day? No. I didn't know it was an MLM. I signed up just to get the makeup because that's what I did on surveillance when I was bored, was just play with makeup. And
like I said before, please, 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 if you haven't watched the video I posted on Saturday, please go watch that this past Saturday. Please, please, for the love of God, go watch that, because we go over specifically like almost everything I said in the video about her. So, or videos about her, 2 of them. So please go watch that, because you can see in there, like, I am not tearing you down. I'm pointing out hypocrisy, inconsistencies, misinformation that you're sharing, and I'm not tearing you down. I don't know you. I don't care to know you. You can be an amazing person. That's wonderful. I don't know you. I don't hate you. I can not like your actions and things that you do. That doesn't mean that I hate you. And we'll get more into that in a minute.
anyways, and then I discovered it was an MLM, and I was like, whoopsie doodle. And then people like started buying makeup from me, and I begged them not to, but they did. People were joining my team, and I was like, don't join my team. I don't know what to do for you, but I know that's not everyone's experience, but it was mine. Anyways, so she makes these horrible videos about me, and she's saying all these mean things. And
were they mean videos, or were they videos pointing out predatory behavior that's very common in multi-level marketing companies, inconsistencies, misinformation, recruiting tactics, trauma dumping, and other types of manipulative wording? Were they mean videos, or are you such a big creator that other people haven't called you out for that before and you're not used to that? Were they mean videos, or were they just not positive?
Anyway, so she makes these horrible videos about me, and that's what she does, like, for a that's what she does. She has like 100,000, 80,000 followers on YouTube or something like that.
That's what she does for a living. She makes these horrible videos. I don't want to say that she's intentionally being misogynistic or anything like that. I don't think she is, but like, that is rooted in misogyny of like, it's giving like, oh, all you do is gossip. Okay, but if I was a man, would it be gossip? No, it would probably just be commentary. It would probably just be a reaction channel, right? I hate that. I really dislike that. I usually don't use the word hate, but I very much claim the word hate. I don't like that at all. I don't make horrible videos. I call out behavior and people and child predators and scammers and cult members. So thanks, girl. Also, she has like 100,000 or like 80,000. How about you add those two together? It's 188,000, almost 190,000. Okay, ma'am. How many do you have on YouTube? Probably more. I need to stop saying that, because sometimes I'm like, yeah, well, how many do you have? Because really, if someone has like 1 million on TikTok, they're most likely not going to have that many on YouTube. So you know what? Let's see. Let's see what she's got on YouTube. Yeah, much more than you got on YouTube, girly pop. You got 14.2 thousand, and you're posting super consistently. So that's awesome. Good for you. Love it. But yeah, I don't like how dismissive that was. Thanks. Also, happy birthday to my YouTube channel. Today, September 12th, my YouTube channel turns 9 years old. Isn't that amazing? I love that so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching, even if you're not subscribed. And just thank you for supporting me. I am going to be posting to my YouTube channel a lot more. I know the past 2 years, let's be honest, I had a baby and I was posting like twice a week, or trying to. And then I tried to do 3 times a week, and that really wasn't working. Then I started the podcast with Sherilyn. And like throughout that, I was doing like 1 or 2, which is not okay with me. I need to do it like 3 or 4 on my channel each week. So get ready for some very entertaining, unhinged, feral content, exposés, deep dives, all those things. I'm very excited, and I can not wait for y'all to be along for the ride and to do this for you, not for you, that sounds weird, and to do this with you and all that. So can't wait. Also, Sherilyn and I are okay. We stopped the podcast. We're going to do like a goodbye episode or whatever to talk about it more, but we're fine. We're fine. We're just texting, joking about this whole situation. Let's continue.
So I didn't respond because I have a huge following. If I respond, and tag her on my social media, like, look what this girl said. Now you have a bunch of people, like, you know, however many, 2 million people, whatever, that have eyes on her, right? And so I was like, well, if I respond, number one, it helps her because then it's going to grow her page. And I was like, I'm not contributing to that. And number two, I feel like I didn't want to give her my energy. So I was like, whatever.
That is so interesting because that's exactly what my mom said of why she didn't repost the picture we took together. Is like, well, no, because then people would go to your channel. She's like, it's probably because the caption you put on there that you said, I remember Freedom Barbie that I made 4 videos about. Yikes.
Girls making videos about you. Like, you should say something. I'm like, nah, not in, like, don't care. I really don't give a crap. Like, whatever. I don't know what you want me to do. Like, she has to sleep at night, not me. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, she's got to live with it, not me. I'm building women up and she's tearing them down. That's on her. Like, I was like, imagine a life where you do that, like, for a living. Anyways,
it's crazy that even after all this time, after a year and a half, I really don't think that she watched the videos in full. I really don't think she did. Also, though, I don't think she would have like taken it in or like absorbed it anyways. This is just so strange. Like, even after that interaction, like, she still is saying this. And it's like, girl, what are you talking about? It's very weird. Yeah. So I don't tear women down for a living. I would argue to say that I, more than tearing women down, I protect people. I would say that I am protecting more so and exposing scams. Why would I lift up someone who's scamming? Why would I lift up someone who I don't agree with what they're doing and I think it's wrong? Why would I do that? It's not all positive and sunshine and rainbows all the time. It's not. And it's so dumb and feeding into the patriarchy that like, it has to be like that. No, it doesn't. Not at all. I don't care what you identify as. I don't care about that at all. If you're doing some things and I find it interesting enough for me to make a video about, I'm going to call it out. I can't stand it. Lifting up everyone. No. Lifting up people who are doing good, absolutely. That I appreciate and I admire, absolutely. But lifting up just every single person, no, that's fake. Who has the time and energy and anything like that? Not me. I don't like that. If you're lifting up everyone, it kind of loses its value, doesn't it? Then there's no value in like your positivity. Like if you're positive, you know, toxic positivity all the time, then that loses its value because it's like, you're just treating like every single person the same. No. If you stand for nothing, what will you fall for? I know I've quoted Hamilton so many times in my videos, but like, Lord.
So that was a long time ago. Never heard from her again, you know, whatever. So yeah, I know, right? It's like 80,000 people. And there's a whole slew of people that are like anti-MLM. And I get it. Like when I first signed up for Saint, I didn't know it was an MLM. I just thought I was buying the makeup. And then I got an email that said, you just signed up for a pyramid scheme, whatever. And I was like, no, like I'm going to go to jail. Like I didn't know anything about it. I didn't care. I just watched the LuLaRoe documentary on Netflix. I thought I was going to go to jail. And I was like, no. Anyways, so.
But then you stayed in it. Like what? Does not make any sense to me. Like, then you stayed in it. Okay.
Then I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of a legit business. Like, you sell the makeup, you get commission. The person above you, they teach you how to do it. I didn't sign up under anybody because I didn't know it was an MLM. But anyways, so I just kind of let it go. Well, when she made those videos 1.5 or 2 years ago, I was bigger. Like, I was heavier. And so when I saw her at CrimeCon, I thought, like, I walked around the corner and I saw her booth there. And hey, Quimby. Well, when she saw me, I saw her stiffen. So I thought she recognized me, but I think she didn't. Anyway, so then I'm talking to her and like, I think she recognized me, like my face, but didn't really remember like who I was or whatever.
I didn't stiffen. I sat up straight. As I did when anyone came. I mean, come on. I mean, y'all see it in my videos. Like I'm adjusting myself constantly. Like, yeah, I got poor posture, girl. I gotta adjust myself so I'm not sitting like a shrimp. Okay. But no, I did not stiffen. I did not recognize her. Like, and I said this in my last video about her too. Like I was so confused because she was talking to the 2 girls that work with my husband that were there. And she was talking to them about like local stuff, like in like the Tampa Bay area, which is where she's from too. But she's not from my area. She's like from further out, but still doesn't matter. So it was just real interesting that she's like, I think she recognized you, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I didn't at all. I thought you were real pretty.
So anyways, you would stop at the different booths and talk to them and talk about their podcast or whatever they're representing. And so I saw that she had like a true crime, you know, kind of podcast. And I thought that was really cool because I'm a true crime girly, whatever. And a lot of these true crime podcasts are, you know, more about like advocating for, you know, victims of true crime, which I think is cool. That's what my podcast does. And so anyways, it's just to build relationships, right? So I walk up to her booth and I thought she knew who I was.
Nope.
Because she
No
did a
clue.
whole video on me. Several videos. And so I was like,
don't you think that right there, like, it's not personal, even though you threatened me? I love how she's leaving out how she was crying and yelling and threatening me, but that's okay. Wouldn't that give you like a little bit of an inkling, like, oh, it's not personal. This person doesn't know who I am? Because no, I make so many videos about people that I make the video, whatever, I keep it moving. It was a year and a half ago. Like, yeah, crazy.
I was like, hey, Cece, it's nice to see you. I said, it's, I see that you have a true crime podcast. I didn't know that. That's really cool. And I was like, I just wanted to come over and, say hi and put a face to a name. And I reached my hand out and I said, I'm Mackenzie. It's nice to meet you. And she shook my hand and she said, oh, you're so beautiful. I think I follow you online. Like, I think I recognize you. And I'm like, yeah.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. So we do have that entire interaction from the Crime Con live stream that we did on Patreon. I'm trying to find it on my computer right now. But yeah, that's not what happened, girly pop. Okay, so I was writing something and on the little like notepad when she walked up and Cher was talking to someone else.
Oh my God, like literally like, no, not put it. Yes. You can see me. Hi, Mackenzie. Hello. Is your finally meeting? Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Hello. Hi. Hello. Yeah.
Okay, and she did. She said, Mackenzie, nice to meet you. And of course I said, hi, Mackenzie, nice to meet you. And I didn't like
Hello. Is your finally meeting? Yes. Oh my gosh, yes.
straighten up, sit up or anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I will give her this. When she said it's nice to finally meet you, also, she was not giving like that like tough, assertive energy that she's kind of giving off that she was in her video. She did not. But I did not like straighten up whatever. And she's like, it's nice to finally meet you. Again, I don't know if y'all can tell with how I said, oh, yes, yeah, yes, so nice to finally meet you. I still had no idea who the she was. I had no idea. Again, like I said in my last video, I thought that she was one of the girls who worked with my husband because she was talking with them diagonal kind of like in front of the booth that was next to us. They were talking about like living in Hillsborough County and blah, 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 and all that, right? And the lady next to me, like I said in my last video, had said that there was 3 of them. She's like, yeah, there's 3 blonde ones. I was like, okay, cool. I don't know, man. There's a bunch of hot blondes that work with my husband, okay? I just try to be nice to all of them. So Cher was like, oh my gosh, I love all this because what she was wearing is kind of actually, it was funny. It was kind of like a mix of mine and Cher's style. But we were like saying how much we love it. We were talking about her Coach bag, her like a belt bag, not really a fanny pack, but loved it. Sherilyn's very interested, as you can tell from her face. She's so funny. But she's like, I got it from Poshmark, it was authenticated. I didn't think, they made this color, blah, blah, blah. And we were like, oh, that's awesome. Okay.
What? Stop it right now. I don't think it's right now? Yeah. And no, it's beautiful. I love that. I was like, that's my home. Yeah. I didn't know that.
And then she says, I didn't know that you had a booth here. And I said, yeah, I'm me. I'm here. And then that's when I said my stupid ass thing of, well, I mean, what didn't you know? Or like, why didn't you know? I don't know. Listen, there's probably so many things that I said to so many people that came to meet us that I blacked out. And I do want to make clear, I can understand like kind of misremembering something in like the rush of it all and like not even remembering like what you said. I definitely can understand that. I am sure I had multiple situations like that over the weekend. So like, I get it. And like, that's okay. Because again, that could happen with me too. But then like misquoting someone so confidently, how you're misquoting them goes like against not only like who they are, but like what they say. Okay. And then she said, I came yesterday, but I saw your little, because on our little notepad, because we like put some of our stuff away on Friday when we were leaving, because it's such a long day. And we were like, we need to go like lay down. We are so tired and just like so drained. So then we were like, okay, well, let's like put a little note that says like, see you tomorrow. And I guess she came at the end of the night or the day on Friday. Friday, whatever, before like the expo hall or creator row closed. So that's what she's saying right there. And I'm sorry, I know it's like hard to hear her, but we gotta like do what we can do. If the editing team can try to fix the audio as much as possible and like maybe put captions on it, we will try to do that. But I don't know how much better it's gonna get.
I was telling my producer about you guys. Yeah, I showed her this. I was telling her about her experience, and I was like, it's not really a biggest fine. Oh yes.
So what she said right there was, I was telling my producer about you guys because, you know, you're not afraid to say what's on your mind. And that's why I said, oh yes, that is I, that is me. And that's true. That is me. Sherilyn's mom's face behind me right now. That's the first time I've seen that. Is so funny. Who she's looking at is my mom, who's sitting right behind me. And that is so funny. But what they're actually looking at, and I didn't share this, like what they are like, you know, eyeing each other down about, they loved each other. I love that. Is that she had like Bodyguard with her, which go off queen, love that for yourself. Keep yourself safe. But they were looking at him because they were like, why is this man like eyeing down Chelsea? Like what? Now keep in mind, I usually don't have to be someone who is very like spatial awareness. I don't really have to be like that because my husband is like that. And I'm usually always with him. However, when he's not with me, I am like heightened because of that and like very aware of my surroundings. And so even before she walked over, I took notice of him and I was like, got to keep my eye on that one. That looks weird. And then not that he looked weird, like he was like a buff dude, looked like ex-military or like ex-law enforcement or something. You know, you just look at someone, you're like, you're a cop. A lot of people look at Tony and you're like, you're a cop, right? So yeah, just looking at the guy, I was like, what is this man doing? And so like sometimes in this video, you can kind of see that my eyes are like shifting and I'm like keeping an eye on him, but also my mom and Sherilyn's mom behind us, they were sitting directly behind us. They were like watching him too, just because it was giving really weird vibes. And my mom even says like, if I called her right now, she'd be like, yeah, I thought that guy was going to come and like tackle you. She's like, I don't know what he was doing or anything like that. When I like came around and like gave her a hug and I was like, let's take a picture. And so like we took a picture and my mom was like, yeah, he was staring. And Christine's mom said this too. And our manager as well backed this up. He was like staring at my lips, lip reading, I guess. I don't know, being on top of like what I was saying or like looking out for cues of aggression. I don't know. It was so strange. But again, I don't want to like make fun of that because it's like, okay, I don't know what threats she's gotten. And my mom and Cher's mom even said that later. They're like, okay, yes, that was weird. Like you are not a threat, but also she doesn't know you. And also like he doesn't know you. And we don't know what types of threats and things like she's gotten in the past. They're like, she could be like you or she gets threats all the time. So stay safe. Love that. Keep that guy away from me. Please.
I was like, I guess I'm really excited to find you. Yes. And you are even more beautiful in person.
Yeah. So then she says, when my response is, and you are even more beautiful in person. So she's like, so I told them, you know, you had a booth and I wanted to come say hi and introduce myself. And I was like, yeah, I was like, thank you. Of course, you know, and you're even more beautiful in person.
And you are even more beautiful in person. Yeah. I'm even more turned on right now.
Chelsea.
Just circle. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Do you want to say hi to our Patreon?
So whenever anyone was at our table for a while, I like would turn and be like, oh, do you want to say hi to Patreon? And this is like something that, you know, kind of, I don't want to say triggered, but like triggered it for me realizing who she was. Well, also her saying her username. And that's what she said. Wait, they hate me? And I was like, what?
No. What? I love you.
My hair looks so light and like blonde in that fluorescent lighting. Oh my gosh. Not me focusing on that. Chelsea, what's wrong with you? That's crazy though, right? Like, look how light my hair looks.
That's not what you wanted. What? That's not what you wanted. When did I say I didn't?
I was so confused and you can see my eyes shifting. I was like, the guy started like moving around and I was like looking at him. I'm like, great, am I about to be ambushed? So you saw the rest of it. And when I was like, I'm so confused what's happening. My phone's dying. Let me turn this off. I wish I wouldn't have, because then y'all would have seen like me and her talking and that would have completely disproved what she's about to say. But I was like, you know what? Not everything needs to happen online. Let's turn this off. I feel like this might be like a situation. Let's just, you know, shouldn't have done it. I need to wear like a head cam. Ray-Ban glasses. That's what I should have done.
And then I realized after a couple minutes that like she didn't know who I was. Like, she recognized my face, but I don't think she knew who I was. And so I said, when I was going to tell her, I was talking to my producer, or I said, I want to send my producer your information because we're always trying to find like other podcasts to support and, you know, collab with. And I was willing to like, you know, like, hey, let's, you know, connect if this is going to help, you know, other victims, whatever. I was going to send it all. My producer of my podcast and my co-host, they couldn't come. So I was representing the pod. So I wanted to, you know, share her information with my producer. And, anyway, so she said, yeah, that would be, you know, great. And then I could tell she didn't know who I was.
Again, as you saw, I never asked what her podcast was. I also never said, yeah, that would be great. I never said that at all. Never said that. I don't know why she's misremembering, but it's okay.
And she's like, what is your podcast again? And I said, The Dating Detectives. I said, Freedom Barbie. And she goes, oh.
Also didn't cover my face. I went, oh my God. Who goes like that? No. Peekaboo. No, did not happen. I went like this and go, oh my God. And I like jumped back a little bit and I was like, I didn't recognize you. Like, I probably shouldn't have said like, you look amazing, but like I did. She looked great back then too. But I was like, oh my God, you look amazing, blah, blah, blah. It's like, how are you? And then I like remembered, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, you know, you do have your podcast and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, holy, like, get back here. Let's take a picture, whatever. And yeah, so wasn't scared. It just like kind of felt bad that I didn't like realize who it was. That's always awkward, but that's going to happen. It's okay.
And I was like, oh no, like she didn't know who I was. And so it was really interesting, like to kind of meet the woman who kind of tore me down, like in front of a million people. Like, you know what I mean?
People. Like 1 million people, girl, who has 1 million followers? Not me. Tore me down in front of 1 million people. I mean, I have the screenshots of the views, right? Actually, I think the views I think it's a little bit bigger right now. Anyways, but no, 1 million people. Let's not get crazy. Over 300,000 views, 50,000 and 80,000. That's not 1 million people. Also, pretty sure you didn't see the other videos. I'm pretty sure you only saw 2 videos. Yes, it was hours because those videos were long. They had to be long because I had to like reference back to the past video to show like, no, you're misremembering things and misquoting me. Like, I want to be like, you can't do that. Like, well, she can, she did. Oh, well, what am I going to do about it? Nothing. But still, it's just frustrating because it's like, that's literally not what happened.
She really, I hate to say it, but she really kind of hurt me. Like, that's what they do, right? Like they kind of put you on blast. And then, anyways.
That's kind of what they do. They kind of put you on blast. Who's they? Is this the royal they? I don't know. But if there wasn't anything for me to talk about, like anything unethical going on, you know, wouldn't be talking about it. There would be nothing to put on blast. And like, she really hurt me. You said that you were going to ruin my life. Like you said that multiple times in your video. Like you threatened me multiple times, but then you followed it up with, but I'm not going to do that, but I could do it, but I'm not going to. Like you did that multiple times in those videos. So yes, I made a video talking about that and how you were, in my opinion, playing the victim. Mackenzie, you're a big girl. You're grown. I understand your feelings are valid. Okay. But like, are they? Because I guess with her memory of what happened, her feelings are valid. But with what actually happened.
Anyways, I told her, I said, I wanted to come up and meet you because I kind of wanted to, you know, set the example of, you know, just kind of, I don't know, like when someone hurts you, like that doesn't have to define you or be your whole life. And I was like, but, you know, it was just really nice. I wanted to put a face to a name and just introduce myself. Like she lives in my town.
Little correction. I don't live in your town. I live in South Tampa. You do not, but that's okay. It's still like the greater, you know, Tampa Bay area. So it's, you know, still kind of the same. So it's okay.
She lives in my town, like, you know what I mean? And so it was just really interesting. And she was like, like, she didn't seem like she cared, but I feel like that must have been really awkward, right? Like, I just, what am I going to do? Go up and punch her in the face? Like,
well, no, you're not going to do that. Why is that even an option? What's happening? Your bodyguard might do that. That's a joke. But yeah, I don't think it was awkward. I thought it was pretty on brand, actually. I thought it was pretty on brand. Literally, like I said in my last video, I thought it was I liked it before she blocked me. I really liked that. I really respected that she came up to me and I thought we were on the same page. But, you know, clearly not.
I feel like my success kind of speaks for itself as far as like, connecting with women on social media and being authentic and lifting others up. And I've never used my platform to like tear anyone down. I don't make fun of people. It's a zero tolerance zone. I don't allow other people to make fun of people.
That's good for you. Awesome. I don't care about your success. Sure, I want the best for you. Love that you're successful. Want more success for you, really. I don't think about you. It sounds so mean, but I don't. I didn't recognize you. I had completely forgotten like what was said in those videos until like someone reminded me, and I was like, oh shoot. I was like, I need to rewatch those. So I rewatched them for the purpose of filming my last video about this, which was this past weekend. So I don't think about you. I would have loved to, to work together or whatever, but like, we don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. I'm in my own little world, my own little bubble, girl. I don't need to do that, but that's awesome that you're successful. Cool. I don't want you to not be successful. I didn't like what you were saying and the threats and all the MLM speak and all that. And then on top of that, the like playing the victim and all that too. So yeah, I didn't like any of that, but go off.
Even in my comments, I will block and delete you. I don't have time for it. It's not allowed, just because I feel like what you focus on grows. So if there's something negative and you add to it, it's just going to grow. So anyways, I was just so nice, and she was really nice to me back. But then she did say at one point, she was like, well, I'm never going to say, people won't say to your face what they will on, in person, what they will online. I was like, I know.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. Nope. Not at all. I said, oh no, I still stand by everything I said in that video. And I specifically said that everyone who does, not everyone, but people who are doing like commentary or reporting on situations or calling things out, if they are doing it right and like not being mean, and if they see you in person, like at professional events like this and networking events, like they should be able to be like cordial with you and still stand on business. And like, we can disagree. That's fine. I said this, you disagree with me. Okay, that's all right. But I 100% would still say that to your face. And I did. So that's not true. So please do not paint me as someone who won't say it to your face, because absolutely I will. I literally sat across from Jaclyn Hill at a wedding reception and said, yeah, you should close both of your businesses and not open another one for a very long time. In a nice way, of course.
And so it was, anyway, she had posted on her social media. She was like, this is Freedom Barbie. I had the opportunity to like meet her in person, and, she, what'd she say? Had the opportunity to meet her in person. She said she had the balls to come up and say hi. And it was just really weird. Like, it was a weird interaction, but also, I don't know. She's like, I don't hate the people who do the things I talk about. I just hate the act, or I just hate what they do. I don't hate the person. Like, for someone who doesn't hate me, you sure were pretty mean to me.
I actually wasn't. If you go back and watch those videos, I was not mean to you. At least I don't think so at all. Y'all can rewatch those videos, or you can just watch the video I just did, and then, you'll see that. But it's like, no, that's completely valid. I hate the things you're doing, or dislike them. Y'all know I don't like to use the word hate, but like, no, I dislike the manipulation, all that and whatever, but I don't know you as a person. I also don't care to. I don't know Michaela Noguera as a person. I don't care to. I don't like the unethical things that she does. That's completely valid. So I don't know why she seems like she's taking a lot of things personally. And it's like, girl, I told you in person. It's not about you. I don't know you. It's about the behavior, like, of the people that I'm calling out. But she didn't say the part where she just said oh, you were pretty mean to me. She didn't say that. And from my angle, like the interaction seemed fine. I mean, she says it was awkward. I thought it was great. I loved it. I loved taking a picture with her. I thought it was funny. And I mean, I thought it was a nice interaction. I guess nice interaction is a better way to put it. But then like when she walked back by, I told her like, yeah, getting a positive reaction in my DMs from the Instagram story I just posted. And she's like, oh, you are? And I was like, yeah, I know. Like, I wanted to update her and tell her that, because like she was nervous because she's like, oh, all your followers hate me. And I was like, no, they don't. No. Again, awesome.
But whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, people have been mean to me my whole life, and now I've built a whole $1 million empire because, like, you know what I mean? Like, it made me a millionaire. I guess I don't know what to tell you. Like, thank you, Lord, for your blessings. The Lord told me you ain't blessing that.
It doesn't matter. I've made all this money. That's awesome, girl. But if it doesn't matter, then why are you misrepresenting the situation and misquoting me? That's literally not what happened. That's not how it went down. And I'm not trying to frame it of like, oh, I'm so big and tough. Like, that's not what it was. Like, yeah, it was a little weird in the beginning because like I didn't realize who she was. And then I was like surprised because like, oh my God, I didn't know you were going to be here. Which, like, why would I know? But, just thought that was super, I don't know. That's just so frustrating that she not only, yes, blocked me again, but from 2 accounts, but then like why come up and like have the interaction and unblock me and like offer to like work with us and like act like we're all cool, and then go and like block me again after I send you like a really nice voice note of being like, thank you so much for like coming and meeting us. Like I thought that was so awesome, blah, blah, blah. Like it's so weird, right? Ugh. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Wild.
The Lord told me when I said, thank you for this platform you've given me. This has been like a really cool experience. And then financially, I've been able to take care of my family. And the Lord told me, he said, I ain't blessing you, I'm blessing them. And so then I realized I got humbled real quick. And I was like, oh, like you can use your voice to help other people.
You can use your voice to help other people. You know how many people have gotten not scammed because of me? You know how many people have gotten out of MLMs because of moi? A lot. And I love it. I love that so much. I live for that. I live for when someone messages me and they're like, hey girl, I learned this, this, and this from you, and something presented itself, I'm being very vague, presented itself in my real life. And because of you, I saw this or noticed these red flags or blah, 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 or knew this was an MLM and didn't join or didn't know it was and I got out. Or the few people I've like literally helped get out of cults. You know, God forbid a woman be not all meek and sunshine and rainbows, right?
And then I realized that people tearing me down, who they blessing? I was just wondering, but it's fine. So anyways, that's the story. So yes, I did say hi. I was very kind to her. I was very respectful. We took pictures together. It was very nice to meet her. She's very beautiful. She was nice to me, to my face. Like I'm sure she wouldn't have been mean to me, but her mom was there. I got to meet her mom. And I don't know, she has a true crime, podcast or whatever. And it was a really interesting experience, but it was just a small part of my experience at CrimeCon. But meeting Josh Mankiewicz and Blaine Alexander from Dateline, from Talking Dateline, and meeting them.
Anyways, yeah, so I was very nice to her. She didn't think I'd be mean to her. But then what was the whole like point in the whole buildup of that? Wiggum just tooted and it was so loud. I don't think you could hear it on my microphone though. Farting up a storm over there on the daybed. Offensive. Yeah. So if I was super nice, why'd you block me again? If I was super nice and it was a fine experience, then why'd you just misrepresent multiple parts of the interaction? Weird. Very weird. Yeah, don't like that. I don't like being misrepresented. Obviously, y'all know that. Y'all know I like work through that in therapy, especially when it's like a public figure and it was literally on camera. Most of it. Such weird behavior. Like so weird. I don't know what I was expecting. Anyways, I hope you have a great day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this. I hope you enjoyed. I hope that's it. I hope we can not make another video about her and then just forget about her again. Dear God, please, let's forget. But I wish her the best. Don't like MLMs. Don't like her misrepresenting what I said. And I don't like her playing the victim. Still stand by all that. Still stand by every single word I said in my last 5 now videos that include her at least. So yay. Make sure to stay spicy, stay feral, all of those things. And I will see you in my next video. Oh, and hey, if you're subscribed, I hope you know that your butt looks good. I hope you know I'm lifting you up and lifting them cheeks up, actually. So they are elevated as they should be. And you've got cheeks for weeks and you're hot and smart. And if you're not subscribed, you are dead to me. And I hope you get a very painful ingrown toenail. And then it turns black and falls off. And then it's just a nub. It's not even a toe anymore. It's just a nub. Sounds like a you problem. I don't know, girl. I gave you the solution. You could just subscribe and have beautiful feet. Weird. Weird to not subscribe. Okay. Goodbye.